The emperor is the head of empire. This leadership of fire that wants to direct change from its desire and unify spirit greatly in the lands. I like to think of this being the tip of spirit's hand, this precipice of directivity coming to land, like a star, a spark in the dark, coming here to make more with magnanimity, to light up the world. Maybe like a rock star unifies with music, an artist unifies with change, with elation, illumination, a dancer, a gardener, a cook, igniting. The Savior is salvation. I am salivating. Maybe the emperor is a teacher, or a healer, or some kind of unifier of fire. What are you an emperor of? What empire of desire flows through your tip of wand that wants something to manifest here in this time that you have to be earthy too, and bring that spark that is only you? The emperor defines a self and an identity because it's the calling that knows you. The dance floor chooses the dancer. Which floor and dancer are you? What chose you? Mostly this knows, this fire, like a good gardener, like a good beekeeper, like a good dancer, singer, fisher, whatever. It channels and watches and knows and tracks and mostly listens. Receptive manifestation is the way of this planet. It's mostly water here, it's mostly X chromosomes in us, it's mostly knowing. Actually, that the unknown knows us. And we're that tip, that surface of that little drip of knowledge of an ocean of knowing. And we get to be in that tension, in that creative play as a body of euphoria, of sensory opening and awakening today. What wants to awaken through you and knows you? What is the universe's knowing that is showing you who you are and building that garden path for the world to meet you and to meet a new truth arriving? Changeling, changemaker, in that space of change, what is changing you and becoming that changing wave of change that knows its own love message and wave that can catch and go sustainably, as only one in a garden knows how to grow a fire in just as much containment as any ecosystem can hold. And how do we tend this divine substance? We've been fighting with it, flighting with it, freezing, fawning. We've been doing every F-bomb we can find between our adrenal reactions. But the thing is that there's nothing to fear, only the expectations we might have had. That's the only thing to fear is our reactions. They can always teach us. And so what kind of emperor and fire are you, and of what? And of which truth does it burn true? It burns for us. So mix that red with blue and know this always is finding that perfect point where they both can grow. Let every life have its life, come bearing gifts, and leave the place better than you found it. Thank you for me, Madrone, Hoopla. You know, it's a masculine energy, and it's an energy of conflict and sexuality, aggression. This is a challenging energy in the world. Only if we don't use it for love and grounded in this that I speak of, the empire of your heart's truth and desire that finds you, and learn to receptively be manifested and power bottom the universe and end fascism. Power bottom your truth and love coming through you, trying to birth you and show you who you are. So positive fire, positive emperor, positive Aries, positive cardinal energies. This is what I desire. I'm Aries rising. I am the emperor. So are you. It's one piece of that pie. One piece of that pie in the sky. And actually, this one holds the dream that's the spark in your eye. Don't throw it out. That baby in the bathwater, this is the baby. So let it out. Let it burn. And remember, like I can remember, as a settler on stolen land of the Coast Salish people, where I am from Europe, and have walked as a settler across stolen lands in ancestral bodies for hundreds of years, and that is in my body and my knowing. I am a visitor even more. And as a transgender witch, erased in culture, often bridging layers of invisibility for myself and others, I am a visitor even more between dualities, between traveling spaces that I emerge in so many kinds of unknown. All of these are my burdens and my gifts. And in that tension of those twins, I have found a sacred space as a visitor. And my emperor is so grateful that it has been honed in this perfect pearl of wisdom. And so what do your limitations teach you about leadership, about authority, about what is serving you and for what? And how can you step into this beautiful place of surrender that's active, proactive? We need probiotic things just as much as we need the bacteria, right? We need to be in this beautiful biodiverse pollinator garden. And these positive Emperor Aries fires are like that gardener thing. And so what actions of F-bombs in that gardening? Because it can be pollinating death, it can be like the wolves and mycelium and vultures and crows and all of the pollinators of death, or it can be like the bees and all the insects and birds that pollinate life. The whole thing is two sides of the same coin. It's the shadow and the beam, and we're in between, and we are that interface that knows the whole story. And so let us be that spark, that sliver of light that did land from the heavens and crack just right. And understand, when you look at your birth star, your chart, that moment of first breath, that is that shatter where you wove that truth, and you do dance in that space, the sacred third space ever since, and just breathe in and out of you. So can you receive the gift of that truth, of who you are? Step into your emperor, be that rising star. The sun rises every day. Let the world know who you are. That's all you got to do, is just show up and be yourself. That's the real emperor in everyone. And the more we support that in ourselves and others, the more we will end the falsehoods of empire. They are awful. Let's use our power for love. Let's unify to destroy the lies that steal our true fire. Let's destroy false emperors and empires. Be in the one that gardens and is the bigger story. I'm going to sing a song that's a version of Tennessee hillbilly song, travelers coming from many miles of home, weaving old and new, just as Dolly Parton, Foster Mother Dolly Parton was singing. The hillbillies of Tennessee, where my ancestors were also visitors, traveled through. I'm just a poor stranger traveling through